Hey everyone, Jamie Makes here from Miss Paper, and today I'm sharing a 7x8 layout that I created using the Family Story stamp from Everyday Explorers Co., which is available in their shop as of November 16th. So I started out with just really minimal supplies. It's my photos, it's the stamp set, and it's a few scraps of 12 by 12 paper that I have in my scrap bin. I'm cutting it down to 7x8 size, so it's going in the 6x8 album, but it's going to be outside of the page protector. And the pattern that I'm using is a pineapple pattern because this is a page about Hawaii. And basically, I'm just creating my own pattern on top of the pattern by stamping family time over and over and over again. Because this was a family vacation that I took with my husband and his side of the family, which is something that I've never really scrapbooked about. I very often scrapbook about my family, the Leha side, but not very often do I scrapbook about the Tomerlin side. So this was a really good excuse to make sure that I included them in my album, which I have in the past, but really signifying them as family. So I pulled a few additional sheets of pattern paper from my stash, and I'm just mixing them in alongside the small photos that I printed. And really, the hardest part of this layout was just trying to get the balance right along the edges of this smaller page. I think I printed the photos maybe a little bit too large, but I think I made it work. And it was just a matter of playing with them, gluing them down, and then once I glued them down, I even went back and did a little bit of zhuzhing to make sure that they were showing up the way that I wanted to. I was really paying attention to what was going on in the corners and also what was hitting at the very edge of the layout. So I adhere them all down and then I trim them off using my small guillotine trimmer. For pages like this where I'm trimming quite a significant amount, I will use my trimmer versus, just using a pair of scissors. And then for my title, I'm using one of the stamps from the Family Story stamp set. I stamped it using some Distress Oxide, and now I'm cutting it out so that I will be able to add it to my page. And once I've finished cutting it out, I'm going to adhere it using foam dots, just to give it a little bit more dimension and for it to literally pop off the page. I ended up cutting one of the foam dots in half using an additional pair of scissors. I don't like to cut anything that has glue on it with my precision scissors that you see right there, the yellow pair, because I just really don't want them to get gummed up at all. And like I said, I'm just going to go back a few times and zhuzh. The only embellishing I did on this page was using the rest of the stamp set to stamp out mom, dad, brother, and sister around the page because that signifies everyone that was along in the trip. And then when I finished off the page, I added above brother and sister plus in-law because I am a sister-in-law, there are brother-in-laws, etc. So I wanted to make sure that that was included. And then for my journaling, I typed it out on the computer and then cut it down into journaling strips and I'm adhering it onto my page here. And I left a bit of a space, a gap there so that you can make sure to see that pineapple paper behind there and also the family time that I stamped. And here's the finished page. So for info on the product I use, check out the links in the description box on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to like it and or subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you. Jamie Makes signing off.